Hello, hello there, my crafty friends. It's Candy here from sweetstamper.com, and I'm here very excited today because I have session 2 of my online classes, and these are free classes for everybody who wants to watch online. And this is the second one I've done in a series. So I'm doing 4 in a series of birthday cards. And of course, you could change the greetings out to anything you want, but I figured a lot of us in January are trying to fill up our stash of birthday cards to get ready for the new year, where we can celebrate birthdays with lots and lots of people. So welcome, welcome. If you are watching on YouTube, I'm so glad that you are here, and I appreciate you coming and watching. And if you're on YouTube, I would appreciate a thumbs up. And be sure to subscribe to my page. So hey, Mary Ann, and hello there, Barb. I've got a couple of people live with me. So as I said, this is the second in a series of 4 birthday card classes. 2 in January, 2 in February, and they are on kind of on alternating Thursdays. So I have a lot to share with you, so I'm going to go ahead and bring the camera down and get situated really quick. Hey, Velma, I'm glad you're here with me live. Here we go. Okay, first thing I'm going to share with you is a little bit of happy mail that I got. And so hopefully you can see these cards. I'm just kind of pulling up my computer. Having major brain freezes. So, okay, I can see I need to bring this down a bit without knocking over my computer, hopefully. Just a minute to get situated, and then we will be ready to roll. Oh yeah, I'm really kind of off. Let's see if I can get down a little bit closer to the surface so you can see what I am stamping. Still need to come down this way. Okay, so I got these lovely cards in the mail, and I just wanted to share them with you. This is from Ione, and Ione is one of my precious friends, and she will probably be watching this on YouTube, so I just wanted to show you. Beautiful card that she sent me, and this is from another friend. This is Gail, and Gail is often on here, so oh, there she is. Hello there, Gail. So kudos to you ladies for making such pretty cards and sending happy mail to me. Before I move forward, I just wanted to give you today's host code. This is the host code that if you want to place an order with this host code between now and Sunday midnight, you will get the card packets for today for free when you place a $35 order. And if you want to top it up to $50, you will get, of course, the celebration reward with it. And I will also put in a package of these lovely new polished dots. So this is one of the new embellishments. It's super pretty, and I think you will love having that. Okay, let's get busy. I got a lot to show you. So I'm going to start today with a super simple card. Now, this is the one I did last week, and as I had said before, let me just go over this with you. I'm using 4 stamp sets over each week or each class, and giving you lots of different ideas. So each class I will feature the same 4 stamp sets. And let me just grab them. I've got them in individual boxes. We're doing Artfully Layered. This is my card from last time. We're doing Sentimental Swirls, and this is the card that I made last time. We are using For the Record, and this is the card I did last time. And we are using, here we go, it's underneath. Hey, Linda, I'm glad you're here. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying that Crane of Fortune card with a twist. I loved doing that. Sorry about all the racket. I'm digging through boxes to get the stamp sets. And last but not least, we're doing Friendly Hello, which is actually a celebration stamp set. And this is the card that we made last time. So we're going to do these same 4 stamp sets today, 4 totally different looks, 4 totally different cards. And my aim with this is to give you a lot of ideas so that when you're purchasing these stamp sets, or maybe you want a different stamp set, you're going to use the same layout, that you are equipped with loads and loads of ideas and color schemes and all the rest of it. So I'm starting out today with a pale papaya. Do I have a bone folder? Of course I don't. Let me grab one. Believe it or not, I had all my ducks in a row. I was even working on tutorials before I started today. So this is a half sheet of pale papaya, one of our in colors. And I'm going to lay 2 of these pieces of Artful, no. Okay, let me get here's the bundle. So here's the stamps, and this has gorgeous, gorgeous dies with it. Really beautiful dies, and I'm actually not using, well, I'm actually using this little die today. This is a Stamp Sync and paper card with a little bit of ribbon. This features several of our in colors. Pale papaya is an in color. This has Evening Evergreen, and this is just Jade. So let me attach these real quick. Like I said, I'm starting with the simplest card and then moving on as we go. So let me just get a little bit of the liquid glue. That's usually the quickest one to use. And I'm going to butt that one up right against it. And these actually, I'm going to show you my original on this. I used a slightly different piece of, well, I used a different pattern of the paper. Just to kind of show you a couple of different ways to do this. I really like this stripe, this white and just Jade stripe. Now, if you don't get it just in the center, it doesn't matter, because we're actually going to cover that with this beautiful Just Jade ribbon. This is actually in our annual catalog. And Just Jade is one of our colors that's going to be retiring at the end of this catalog season. So it will only be available through April. And it's a really nice medium cool green. And it has that little gold fleck in the ribbon, which makes it just a little bit sparkly and just the right touch for what I'm wanting. So I'm just going to do a simple knot all the way across the card. So I opened up the card and pulled it through, and that really does add just that little bit of extra specialness to the inside of your card. Now I have a little bit of a glue splodge over there, not what I intended. Now that's a little off, but you can just straighten it. So super quick and easy. And I've got liquid glue on my hands. Okay, now I'm going to take a little piece of pale papaya. That's the other color in this. And I'm going to actually ink up my greeting. And like I said, you could use other greetings. There's some really nice greetings here. There's a thank you. There's a sending all the hugs and a hey there. But I just felt that for this particular class, I wanted to do all birthday greetings. So you could ink this up very easily with black. I already have Evening Evergreen, and I will say it's softer. Evening Evergreen is a really, really deep smoky green. And so when you put it on here, it looks almost black, but it has that really nice, just a little bit softer than black. I'm looking for, oh, there we go. There's my original. I'm going to flag over here. I'm just going to flag the end. Yeah, that's my favorite end of the glue, Jeanette. I really like that little bit. And you know what? This didn't come out as dark here as I'd like it, so I'm going to flip it over and see if I can come out a little bit better. Sometimes with red rubber stamps, what you find is if you have an uneven pressure, so I need to have a little bit extra pressure on this end, and that is actually a lot nicer. Let me go ahead and clean. Whoops! You're hearing all the things in my studio today. Ay, ay, ay. Things dropping, rummaging through things. But you know what? I have an hour to make 4 cards with you. So that's why I am trying to be cautious with my time. Maybe not cautious is the right word. I'm trying to be strategic. I'm trying to be productive with my time. And what I want to do here is I'm using this punch twice, so it's in a different basket. It's in the one with all the blends, which is why you can hear all that racket. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to flag this little end like so, using my tailored tag punch, my favorite way to flag an end. And I'm just going to pop this right across here. So this is super, super sweet, super simple. Now let me show you what we're going to do. The other little element that I'm going to do. Let me add I guess I need to get the dimensionals out here. What I like to do, first of all, when I'm laying down a greeting like this is I want to put a dimensional here and here. The ribbon has a little bit of lift already, so I have that already going for me. And I don't want to get it too far down. That is going to be very nice. Now, what I'm going to do is just add a little something else. And I thought what would be fun to use is one of the little dies, and they're like little seeds. So I've run this through actually with pumpkin pie, and these are little seeds. Now they are small, and I did run them through with the adhesive sheet so that I can lift that off of here with the back of my Pick-a tool. And then I can just lift that up and stick it down. And it just makes a really cute little embellishment. I like both. Oh, I need to take the back off that one. Here's the one I took the back off. I like both pumpkin pie and Calypso Coral with pale papaya. They're just two different shades of orange, but they both look really good with it. And so this is why you can see here why, whoopsie, where'd it go? Why you want to pull this off and why you want to have the adhesive sheet. Oh, there it is. It's on my fingernail. Why you want to have the adhesive sheet on the back of these so that they're all ready to stick down. And I'm just going to use a few of these. They add a nice little pop of color, and they're cardstock, so they're super flat. Really easy for mailing, really easy on the pocketbook, and they're actually really lovely. So these are just little seeds. And I'm going to put maybe one more on here. And I think you just run this through. This is one die, and it runs through, and you get like, I don't know, 7 of them. And so then I'm ready to just add one more. And I better add one more so that I have an odd number. So let's flip it over again. And you can see how these are actually a lot easier to work with when you leave them all together on here. So let me pull that here, and I think we're going to bring it right down there. Yeah, so we have little seeds falling. Okay, first card done and dusted. Let me show you my first version that has a different pattern of paper with it. And you can tell me which one you like best. I also used Calypso Coral here, and I used Pumpkin Pie on this one. So just a little bit of difference, not a huge difference. You know, I'm going to try a different light here to see if I get a better... I'm always trying to not have the colors bleached out on the video. Okay, card number 1, done and dusted. We are in good shape. I hope you are enjoying our quick and easy cards using Artfully Layered. That's gorgeous, gorgeous designer series paper. And let me just show you. Okay, where'd it go? Here's the one from last week. So there you have several ideas, really showcasing the paper. And then the dies, I used dies here. This one, I only used the little seed dies. But that gives you 3 really nice birthday cards. Actually, 2 designs, but 3 different ones using different papers. all using this Artfully layered suite. Okay, card number 1 done and dusted. So again, just to remind you that these packets are available when you place a qualifying order. Now we're going to go with something totally different, and we are using Sentimental Swirls. And this is one of our $1 Million Achiever stamp sets. It is inspired by Sam Hammond, one of our $1 Million Achievers, and she is in the UK. I am going to pair this with this beautiful, beautiful Sunshine and Rainbows, I think is the name of this designer series paper. This is actually a free celebration item. So if you're topping your order up to $50, you could get this paper for free. And it has all these pretty rainbows and clouds and rainbow stripes and so many pretty things. I really like the B-sides of a lot of these. And so you have a real mixture of bright and soft colors. And that's the paper that we are going to use on the card today. Now, this paper comes in a little cello pack, and once you rip it open, you can't really, it's hard to keep the paper in there. I don't know if you guys do this, but some of our specialty 6x6 papers have these reusable cellophanes, and I like to use that again. So this is from the Rose and Gold and Rose Gold specialty paper, and it's a little bit of a heavier clear envelope, and it has this little resealable. So I like to use that to house my designer series paper. Okay, Sentimental Swirls. These are the stamps that I'm going to use this time, and we are going to go bright and happy. Let's get it going. Here we have another one of our retiring in colors. This is Magenta Madness. This will be leaving us. This is what I call in-your-face pink. Super, super bright. Really, really gorgeous. And I am going to layer onto that a piece of Night of Navy. Look at that nice sharp contrast. I love it. And that is going to be just what I'm wanting, that nice sharp contrast. Notice I've already run it through, for time's sake, I've run it through with this new gingham embossing folder. It's going to give me just the right amount of contrast and texture, which is what I'm wanting to go for. So I am going to use my liquid glue. I will say, when you're putting down your embossed pieces, dry embossed with the Big Boss, I really, really prefer using the liquid glue. It's harder to get the seal on there. And then, of course, you have the ability to reposition it as needed. Okay, so now I'm going to take a couple of strips of the paper, and I've cut these at 1 1/4 by 3 3/4. This is 5 1/4 by 4. If you place an order, you do also get the written tutorials. So I'm trying to go through and make sure I give you verbally the dimensions while I'm stamping, so that if you're not placing an order, you have those ready. Now I'm going to go ahead and place these down first, although I think I'm going to go navy at the top, and then this is Granny Apple Green. And look at that gorgeous color scheme. I love it. So this is Magenta Madness with Granny Apple Green and Night of Navy, and it's a really nice bold contrast. And these are 1 1/4 by 3 3/4. And I'm going to strategically lay these down with a little space in between, a little gap, and I'll show you just about 1/4 of an inch. I didn't get that there. And that is by design, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to add just a wee bit of shine there. Let me grab my, oh, I'm splodging today. Let me grab some, I need to get some, here we go. When you have that, getting little bits of, whoopsie. When you're getting little bits of that liquid glue on your hands, if you use hand sanitizer, it will pull it right off. because it's not water soluble, so you can't just put your hands under water and get it off. But hand sanitizer works great. Okay, now I've got this nice, pretty layout going and really nice colors going. Now I'm going to take some little tiny strips of the mother of pearl specialty paper that is in our mini catalog, and I'm just going to give, I love the shine that it gives, but when you put these little tiny strips down, the best way to do that is with your mini glue dots. So I am going to, let's see, pull this out and add one mini glue dot here and one, whoopsie, mini glue dot here. And then I have a nice dry adhesive ready to run there and there. Okay. And that gives me a little bit of white to break that up, all this bright color, but it also gives me a little bit of shine. So these are really fun designs I'm giving you, and you could do this layout with a lot of different papers, but I do think that this sunshine and rainbows is perfect for this. And this is also a great way to use up your little strips, your little scraps of designer series paper, is just to layer them like that. Okay, now we are ready to take a piece, well, yeah, let's take this. This is a piece of crushed curry. And what I'm going to do with this piece of crushed curry is I'm going to take some Night of Navy ink and I'm going to do some stamping on here. Now, Sentimental Swirls is a, I can't get the stamp pad open, is a photopolymer stamp set. And I really, really like the fonts. They're really, really pretty. I think they're a little bit feminine, which I really like a feminine font. The happy birthday is going to go right there at the bottom. And then I'm going to do a couple of these swirls. Now, when I did my previous demonstration, I did I used the really large swirl die. So I want to use some of these small swirls. Diane, I'm glad you like my cards today. So I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to pretty the other end with the Elegant Label Punch, something like that. It's one of our scalloped edge punches. I will have a list of all the items used. And I want to put one more of these little swirls right up here at the top. So that is just going to be coming right down like so. So you can see how we're building this, and we are going to lay it just like that. Let me go ahead and clean my stamp. I'm being so good today. You know, sometimes when I stamp, probably like some of you, my space looks like a disaster when I finish, but not today. I'm doing really, really well here. I'm glad you joined us, Diane. Okay, so I don't need the happy birthday anymore, but I am going to use that swirl again on the inside. So some of the cards today, I've got some really cool insides for you. Some of them I'm leaving blank because I do like a combination in my stash of cards that are blank on the inside and cards that have a little bit of something on the inside. I like both. Let's see if I can find, I'm looking for some little black dimensionals. Let's see. Haha. This is exactly what I need. So, let's get some snips. I've got this flash little scissor charm that my friend Pat Works got me for Christmas. It's really, really cute. These are, I've actually already sliced these. So let's put this down on my card front. And These black dimensionals are really great when you have dark cardstock underneath you, so that when you're opening the card from the side, you don't have that kind of glare of white coming at you. There we go. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and pop this like so. And then I'm going to add a little bit of, this is actually polished pink ribbon, but it blends really nicely with the Magenta Madness. We don't actually have Magenta Madness ribbon this year. You might, if you have we had Magenta Madness ribbon last year, so if you have Magenta Madness ribbon still from before, you could use that. I will say one of the things I like about this polished pink, this is an open weave, and I like the fact that you have that little bit of shine and that little bit of sheer. It's really pretty. So I wanted this to be a really modern and really flirty card. And so that's the direction that I'm heading with my design. Now I need another mini glue dot. It's the best way to attach these ribbons. So let me grab one here. And let me grab it there. So this is coming along really nicely. Now I'm going to add a few flowers. This Sentimental Swirls has, we used the bird last time, and so I wanted to use one of the flowers this time. Let me grab the, so actually last time, and this is in a clear, but I used the butterflies and the bird last time and the large swirl. So this time I'm using the one of the small swirls, and I'm using some of the flowers. Now the flowers, what's really cool is they coordinate with this Flowers and Leaves punch that's in our annual catalog. So I have in here a little piece of white cardstock, and I've already got a lot going on here, so I'm just going to make 2 flowers, and they're going to be the small flowers, and I'm going to stamp them in Night of Navy. And here's my outline, my flower outline. So I'm going to stamp it here. And then I'm going to do another one right here. And I think while I have this out, I'm going to go ahead and just go like this. So I have one pretty flower on the front. And I don't need that anymore. So let's put this one away. And now we're going to fill the inside, because you see there is an inside. There's an inside image that's going to fill this in for me. Now the Magenta Madness is super, super bright, so I'm actually going to stamp it off first. Just tuck this over here. I'm going to stamp it off over here. And then you just line that up like so. Really easy to line up. Boom. See how bright that is? I mean, it's super, super bright. We could try one with and one. Let's have one full on and one stamped off. Maybe that'll be kind of a cool look. Oh, I like, oh, no, you know what? I should have stuck with, no. Yeah, I think we're going to do it that way. And then we're going to use the stamped off one here for the envelope. Let's just change things up a little bit. Okay. Now, I don't need that ink pad anymore. So I'm going to come along here with my Flowers and Leaves punch. And I'm going to feed this through. Like so. Super easy to line up. You know what? I think I'm going to go here first. I'm going to go this light one first. It's a really, I love that the Magenta Madness with the Night of Navy. It took me a little bit of time to make friends with Magenta Madness. Oh, I just did it. This is what I didn't want to do, was punch into the flower. Phooey. Well, I think I went the opposite way that I meant to. So I got to pull my stamp out again. Here I am trying to be really efficient and I'm getting ahead of myself. So let's just attach it there. Let's get Night of Navy ink. Where did you go? You're probably right in front of me and I just don't see you. Hello, where are you? Night of Navy ink. Where are you? Oh, I just found it. Night of Navy ink is right here. So the lesson of that is to make your flowers a little farther apart so that you don't have happen what I just had happen. And because I had my little mishap, I think I will go ahead and stamp off, which was my original intention. I do like that paler flower. Let me just show you. I think this looks really good here, and I think that's just a little bit too dark. I need that lighter pink. So let's come over here. Let's take our pink inside stamp. Let's stamp off one time, and then we're going to go right here, and that's lovely. Okay. Very nice. I'm going to use my navy ink pad one more time because I'm going to do a couple of swirls on the inside. Just something really subtle, but pretty for the inside. So let me get all of this trash scooped up. Here's my punch one more time. Let's try this again. Good thing I had a decent sized scrap. You know, I will say sometimes I get a little bit too thrifty with my scraps. You know, sometimes you just need a little bit more and it saves you a lot of stress. You know, we don't want our stamping to be stressful. Stamping is meant to take stress away, not add it to us. There's enough stress in the world already. So we don't want to add stress. Okay, here we go. These are going to go like so. We're just going to add these to our swirls. And I am going to actually add these with a mini glue dot once again. Anytime you're adding something small like this, it's really simpler with a mini glue dot. You don't have any kind of, you know, any kind of messy glue kind of sticking out for you. And then I'm going to add this one over here. So this is kind of modern feminine is the way I would describe this look right here. I think it's lovely. And I'm going to angle that a little bit more that way. And then I'm going to come in, I guess I need to come down here like so. And I am going to add some pearls. So let's take a medium pearl well, let's see. Maybe, can I get a big one in there? Let me try these big pearls. Oh yeah. The biggest pearl goes very nicely in these flower centers. And then I'm going to add a couple more pearls up here. Again, just adding that really feminine touch. This little pearl is going to go right there. And then I'm going to take one more medium pearl and put it right like so. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a modern feminine birthday card. Yes, I'm glad you like the brightness. And it is meant to be bright and happy and cheerful. I am going to add a little white layer to the inside because it's so bright. I thought it might be a little bit challenging to write on and be seen readily. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that same navy swirl and I'm just going to add a few swirls just to add a little bit of detail without adding, you know, a lot of froofiness. There's already so much on the front of the card. I just wanted to add a little bit of something to the inside without it being fussy. And this, I think this card would put a smile on anybody's face, but I'm particularly thinking about our young women. I'm thinking about my daughter is a young-ish mom, and I think even my you know, teenage girls, college-age girls, I think, would really love this design and these lovely, lovely, bright, fresh colors. So that's the inside. There's the outside. And here is our little envelope to match. So we have a really soft, well, I would call it soft and sweet, but bright too. So nice combination of colors and brightness for a very happy feminine birthday card using Sentimental Swirls. Okay, now we are going to move on to, what else are we doing today? Here's the first two we've made. I'm getting ready to use for the record. And I'll show you where we went last time and then where we're going to go today. Just clear the decks here a little bit. Bring this down so you can see it while I'm tidying up. Okay. I gotta hurry now. I'm getting a little bit behind. Okay. So for the record, last time, this is where we went. Where'd it go? I had all my ducks in a row and I'm not having nearly as, here we go. This is where we went last time, a really fun design, and this time we're going to change it up and go with a red, white, and blue theme. And I've done some things ahead to help me to speed things up. So this is a Pacific Point inside card base, and let me grab some scrap paper here. I'm going to use a layer here, and I've used here the Merry Melody embossing folder. This embossing folder was introduced in the holiday catalog, but it carried over, so you can still purchase this. And I just thought, this is a record, this music just goes right with it. So what I wanted to do to just make this pop a little bit more, this is basic gray. I'm going to layer it right here onto this Pacific Point, another bright, really bright color, but I'm going to soften it with the basic gray. But I want that to pop a little bit more for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my basic gray ink and I'm just going to add some color on color, and it's going to make these music notes really pop and really come forth. Now I'm going to cover the center of this card, of this layer, so I'm not really worried too much about the, you see how that's making a difference? You can see how it is making the music notes really come to life and really stand out. So if you don't have the blending brushes and you have our sponges that we carried for many years, they would work equally well here. I do think that the blending brushes are a lot smoother. You don't get as many splodges of color. So you can kind of see how the center, I'm not adding color, and you can see where the edges I have, and that is going to tell you the difference that it makes. Now I'm just going to layer that with a little bit of liquid glue. So let's grab this and smooth some on the back and layer this down. Let me make sure my notes are in the right direction. Here we go. So that is giving me a nice start to my card. Now, this is the way, your card pieces come to you in these little kits. Now, for time's sake, I've gone ahead and I have stamped and punched with the layering circles the record, and I've done this in tuxedo black on basic white. Now, let me just show you, because I used the next to the largest circle here and backed it onto the next to the largest circle die scallop circle. Let me show you. This is the one I did last week or 2 weeks ago, and this is the largest die. So the largest one gives you a little bit of a white border. The next to the largest gives you no border. So that's just kind of a little tip for you. Now I'm going to add a little piece of basic black right down the center, and I'm going to add a little piece of this ribbon from the Playful Pets combo. Now this is the way the Playful Pets combo comes. You get the red and white stitched ribbon, and then you get black and white striped twine. Really fun combo set to use. I think it's kind of one of those must-haves that you should have in your stash. I would highly recommend you put it on your shopping list if you don't already have it, because black, white, and red, they're just classic colors that you're always going to need, and you can use in a whole host of ways. Now I'm going to attach this to the back of this strip. This is 5 1/4 by 1/2 inch strip, so just a skinny strip. And that's going to give me a nice little bit of contrast right down the center of my card. I will say, the way they're packing these mini glue dots now is a little different than the way we've used them for years. So I'm having to adapt like everybody else, but it's definitely different. So that's going to go down the center of my card, and I do find the easiest way to attach that. I know I'm using a lot of liquid glue, but when you've got this ribbon on here and you've got this really skinny piece, I find it's a little bit hard. So I want this to lay down really, really flat. So I'm just going to seal down the whole thing. And I'm also going to put a little bit extra on that ribbon because I want that ribbon to really, really stay flat. And just seal it in. Okay. So that is going to go right down the center. And you can see I'm getting a little bit of red, white, and blue with some gray in between. So that is going to come along very nicely for me. I'm just going to add some of my trusty black dimensionals. And yeah, you're right, Velma, it is extremely versatile. The Playful Pets combo, you know, it was part of a suite we had last year with pets, which is why it has that name. There's actually no pets involved. Now, let me show you a little trick here that I found. I'm wanting to put dimensionals just on either side here. So if you take this on your grid paper and use that as kind of a line, then that helps me to put my dimensionals just where I want them, because when I turn it back over, I need to make sure that they're in the right spot. So this is going to go kind of near the top, like so. There's my record. And now I'm going to take a little bit more of this trim. I'm going to make a simple single bow. And I'm going to attach that right to the top of the record. Now, I did some fancy insides on this one, so let's see. I'm trying to move things along quickly. And just a reminder that you can get all of these card packets for free when you place a $35 order with my host code. So this is what I did last time too, and it worked really well. So those of you who like card packets in the mail, this is a great way to get them. It's like coming to card class. My card classes, I've been doing live card classes for many years, and they are free with an order. So I'm just doing the same thing with this here. Now, I actually stamped for the record 3 times on 3 different pieces of cardstock and cut them out. So let me show you what I mean. The way we are going to do this, that's for the inside, that's for the outside. Again, just kind of saving time. All of this will be on the tutorial, and you get the free tutorials when you place your purchase as well. Now, I'm going to do 4. There's my Poppy Parade 4. That. And I didn't actually, I was kind of going with, I actually started to do a masculine card with this. Now, it's not now with that bow at the top. Although you could easily just leave the bow off and make it a knot, and you would have it. But this actually ends up being a patriotic color scheme, which was not really the direction I was going, but it turned out that way, and I think it's actually really cool. Because then this has For the Record, and on the inside I've got some happy birthday greetings, but you could say, thank you for all you've done for our nation. Thank you for what you do to protect lives, all kinds of things. So this ended up being really kind of a swift thing. Let me grab some other dimensionals. Where are they? I need some minis. Where are my minis when I need them? Here we go. Nope. Well, I've got them like everywhere, but I never can find them when I need them. I know y'all identify very well with this. Okay, For the Record. Or as the Brits say, For the Record. Red, white, and blue. For the Record. Now, I am going to put some flash insides on here. Oh, there's my black mini dimensionals right there. Naturally, I find them after I don't need them anymore. That's kind of the way that runs, isn't it? Now, do I have my insides here? No, I do not. Let me grab them. Let me see if they're here by chance. No, they are not. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Well, this is going to be my inside panel, 5 1/4 by 4. And I decided to make this a flashy inside. Oh, I'm way over on my time. Because I'm going to add one of these. Oh, forgot something from the front. I need one more little something, something. These are the Epoxy Essentials. And this is just perfect for adding a little bit of shine right there. For the Record. Okay. Here we go. Inside, we're going to go like this. And let's just do this. And then I went ahead and cut out a circle from the layering circle dies. I will say, if you have the layering circle dies, I do think everybody, it's another one of those, everybody should have the layering circles. Unfortunately, they're not available right now, and they're not going to be till, I think it's like the end of February. So, supply chain issues we continue to be challenged with. If you wanted to do circles on top of a doily right now, if you have some circle punches, those will work quite handily. So that is there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my For the Record. I'm going to put You're Awesome like so at an angle. Ay, ay, ay. That was not supposed to happen. Let's see if I can get that off. This is what happens when Candy's in a hurry. You're awesome. That's better. Now I wanted to actually make that into an exclamation point. So the basic black marker is the one marker you can get on its own, and that's going to be just what I need there. And then I'm going to put Happy Birthday underneath there. You're Awesome, and Happy Birthday, like so. And then they have this fun little stamp in the stamp set, and it has all these slashed lines. So I thought, let's use them. I'm going to take this is my Pacific Point ink, and I'm going to stamp this off, and then I'm going to go right across here, and that is going to go on the inside of my card, and that is going to dress it up considerably. So again, if you wanted to make this masculine, you would just leave off the doily. Everything else is, I would leave off the doily and the bow, and then you'd have a masculine card. But I think this is a great card for, because of the, because of the sayings and also because of the color scheme, that if you were doing something for our military, this would be a great one to use. So, for the record, while I have that out, let's grab the envelope and let's run this in Pacific Point right across the bottom. This is actually kind of fun design. Okay, for the record, great card to use for patriotic, military, 4th of July, somebody born in the month of July, somebody who is doing great things for our country. I know I have my oldest grandson is actually serving and has just been deployed. And this would be a great card. And honestly, with that, even with the bow at the top, he wouldn't care about that. He wouldn't think that was frilly or girly at all. Okay, moving right along, we are heading into home stretch with the last of 4 cards. And we are going to go with Friendly Hello. Here's card number 1, card number 3, card number 2, and card number 1. So this is so far today. We've got 1 more to do. 1, 2, 3. Giving you some really varied color schemes. Let's turn this over. Last but not least, we are going to use Friendly Hello. And I'm using fresh freesia. And I'm using Tuxedo Black ink, which is somewhere. It's probably in my little stamp case. Okay. Where is it, Candy? Here we go. Here are the stamps. I didn't even mount these stamps first. Okay. I need my bird again. And I need my happy birthday. Again, I'm doing all birthday cards, but you could easily switch this out and use some different stamps. Even in the stamp sets that I'm using, we have different greetings that you could easily use. Here we go. Definitely over on my time. Okay, let's go fast, Candy. Here we go. Actually, I need to demonstrate this. I'm taking fresh freesia and I'm going to put on a layer of Misty Moonlight in a beautiful color combination. And this Friendly Hello stamp set is free during Celebration with a $100 order. It's actually a bundle and you get the stamps and a gorgeous set of designer series paper. So I'm going to use a layer of this gorgeous designer series paper. This is the fresh freesia. And I did a pocket card last time. This time I'm doing a traditional card front. And we are going to use another one of these doilies. I'm absolutely in love. These are the Heart and Home doilies. They come in 3 different colors in the package. So you get Misty Moonlight, Cinnamon Cider, and Basic Gray. So I have been using the heck out of these. I absolutely love doilies as a design element. They're quick and they're easy. You can, of course, use the white side as well. But this is going to be perfect for what I'm doing today. I'm going to go ahead and stick this down. They make a lot of wow factor, and I wanted to show you today that you could use them on the inside just as easily as using them on the outside. Now, I do also have a circle that we're going to put right here. And we are going to ink up this bird again. I love, love, love this bird. It's just gorgeous. Last time I did him in green. So you can see that this time I'm giving you a totally different color scheme using the paper as well, but a totally different color scheme. So let's go with the bird. Next time I'm going to give you another idea, and I'm not going to use the bird next time. So I'm using the bird twice, so there's a whole lot of stamps in this stamp set. So I do love the bird, but I'm going to do something totally different next time so that you have loads of ways to use this. So this is Tuxedo Black. I am going to be putting on a little bit of, we're going to be doing a little bit of, blends. So I just have a 1/2 inch strip of cardstock here. This is the Misty Moonlight. And I'm going to ink up my birthday greeting like so. And I'm going to flag the end. One of the things I like to do is when I'm getting ready to do something with the blends is I like to let that sit for a minute. You know, truth be told, the Tuxedo Black ink dries quickly, but sometimes it's not quite dry, and if you start putting your blends on there before it's dry, it's going to smudge, and you're going to be really disappointed. So I just like to err on the side of caution and do something else, putting other parts of my card together while that is kind of drying a bit. And yeah, I do love the colors on these dimensionals, doilies, the dimensionals too. So again, I'm using my black dimensionals a lot today. On this dark cardstock, I think they work really awesome. And if you have a fingernail, you can just press in the center of these dimensionals and it makes the little centers pop right off, or the little backing pieces. If you don't have a fingernail, you can have, just use your pick a tool, and that will help do the same thing. So just pop that up on a dimensional, on dimensionals right there. But I mean, this is really just, we're letting the paper and we're letting our coloring do all the work on this particular card. Now we're going to do a little bit of fancy footwork here. I'm going to start with my dark Granny Apple Green for the leaves. I want them to show, and because there's a lot of black in this, on these leaves here, you really do have to add something that's bright. If you use, I found like the Old Olive, it just kind of blends into the black and you can't really see the leaves. So I wanted just a tiny bit of color there. I'm using the light soft suede for the branch. Now you could also use the dark crumb cake, works really well on branches as well. But I just thought I would use that. The crumb cake, not crumb cake, the soft suede has a little bit of green to it. So that was one of the reasons, you know, with this green here, I thought that would look good. Now this is the Fresh Freesia marker blend, and I'm kind of outlining all of the dark bits here. And then I'm just going to fill in a little bit with the light, but I really wanted kind of a strong pop of this Freesia color. Fresh Freesia. It's kind of a pinky purple. It's really, really pretty. And we get another whole year. This is one of the end colors that was introduced this year. This Stampin' Up! Year, I should say, not necessarily this calendar year. So now I'm going to come in with the light Fresh Freesia and just fill that in and blend that out. And that gives me some nice subtle shading and looks really, really pretty. Now, I saved last but not least, we're going to do some fancy footwork with this bird. Now, we're going to blend him out with these colors. And let's see what we're going to do. Believe it or not, I'm going to use all three of these colors on my bird. I'm going to start with dark Pool Party. for his belly. And then I'm going to take some of the dark fresh freesia all up around his face. And then I'm going to come along here with the dark Misty Moonlight. Now this is really, really dark. And I'm going to define some of these feathers. And then I'm going to blend out with this lighter Misty Moonlight, which is still pretty dark. And I'm going to go right over that. And you see what's happening, how it's turning kind of purple? Because I've got that, what do you call it underneath? The pool party. And then I'm going to do the same thing up here and just really blend that out. And then I'm going to come along here with the light fresh freesia and blend that in just a little bit more. And you see how when I start using that fresh freesia, how it's, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but it's picking up shades of blue and purple on my bird. Now the last thing I'm going to do, and you don't want to go overboard with it, but I'm going to use a little bit of the, color lifter. Now, this essentially bleaches out the color, so you got to go easy with it. But I just want to have a lighter shade on his belly, and I'm just going to stroke that a little bit. Now, he's looking lovely. Now, look what happens when I pop him on here with all of that purple and all of that blue and all the shades in my bird. I'm really, really happy with him. I am going to use my liquid glue to attach him. Just a little bit. And then he's going to go right like that. And I want to use just a tiny bit of ribbon. And I thought about using the new denim ribbon, but I think it's a little bit heavy. This is actually part of a combo pack. Can't remember the name of it, but I will write it out. This is, it's got a silver thread with it, and this is actually Seaside Spray. So this was a retiring in color from last year. But there's another combo pack of ribbon in our annual catalog, and you get solid white woven ribbon, and you get this really lovely twine with it. And that is going to be just what I need on there. It gives me just a little bit of shine. And I think I might have, is there another mini glue dot? Yep, there's one right there. That's all I need. One little mini glue dot. While I'm wrapping up this last card, let me grab my, where'd it go? I have my, I will put it in the title, my, phooey, can't think of the name of it now, my host code, my host code for today. These are the Elegant Faceted Gems. If you would like these card packets, you simply place a $35 order with my host code, and you will get these in the mail. And if you top your order up to $50, you'll get a celebration reward, as well as a pack of the polished dots for free from me. And of course you get the hostess, not the hostess, the celebration reward is from Stampin' Up. So I will tell you, I love bird cards. This one's probably my favorite that I've done today. So let me pull these out really quick. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 cards using our 4 stamp sets that I've chosen to work with. And I hope that you have enjoyed these. We went from the simplest to a little bit more stepped up, and then we went into some that used more of your big shot work. So those are our 4 cards for today in our free online class. Let me see, can I find my host code? Probably not. I have a bright piece of Magenta Madness paper with it, but of course I can't find it. And I went over on my time. So I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I've really enjoyed stamping with you. And these are 4 more ideas for the 4 stamp sets that I've chosen for my 4 birthday card classes. And each class is 4 cards. And there are card packets available with qualifying orders of $35. And when you get your $35 order and you get your card packets, you also get the full tutorials. So you get PDF tutorials with that. If you top your order up to $50, you get the polished dots and a free celebration item as well. But of course, even if you don't place an order, the whole class is here free. So the demonstrations are here and they're ready for everybody and anybody to watch. And if you don't catch them here live, or if you don't catch the replay on my Facebook page, they're on YouTube as well. So I'm wanting to arm you, empower you to celebrate people's birthdays here in 2022, and getting you a combination of masculine and feminine cards, really simple and more stepped up cards, and some just varied design layouts, using a combination of some celebration items and some new mini catalog items and some annual catalog items. So lots of variety for you, lots of creative inspiration for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate your support. And every time you make a little comment, a little kudos, a little heart, you know, all those things encourage me so much. And I really appreciate you being here. So thanks again. Take care and God bless. I will see you here Tuesday at 4 p.m. Bye-bye.